We in this motherfucker again. Nice to see everybody. If y'all don't know who it is and what it is, this is Isaac of AllStar Lifestyle. Young Adventure Tiger seeking our face into this world. No hesitation and forward thinking motherfucking only. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the conversation. And without further ado, y'all already know we in that collab again. I with my dog. I with the homie. I'm with the philosopher that be spitting that motherfucking fire. Without further ado, bro, let the folks know who you are.
What's up, everybody? My name is Johnavon. I'm here to spit this game with my boy Izzy real quick to kind of just get y'all on the page of what y'all need to do navigating throughout y'all's lives. But we here to just kind of give y'all a couple of gems here and there so we can actually get you started. So, without further ado, man, let's just go ahead and give the people what they've been asking for.
Absolutely. Because listen, guys, just as the title says, excuse me, I'm pulling it up as we because I like to look at it because it just gets crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But just as the title says, y'all, it's 10 signs that you don't know yourself. All right. Jazzy, I see you in the building. Thank you to see. I see Darius in the building. Ephraim is in the building. Unique 79 is in the
Just,
motherfucking building. Get the lights up and subscribe if you're new to the fucking channel, baby. Anyways, so yes, 10 signs that you don't know yourself. There's a lot of people, right, that think they know who they
mm-hmm.
are, but don't really know who they are. Because, a lot, I think, and this may be in the points too, but a lot of people are overly indulging into life outside of them, instead of
Facts.
within.
Yep.
Like, I know we're gonna get into the signs, but I do want to point out that I think it's very helpful for men to have their own place, own space. You need to have your own everything, and the reason why I say that because you then get to create your reality around you. You get to see the
Right.
mishaps. You get to see maybe you leave the dishes in the sink for too long. Maybe you leave laundry all over the place. Whatever the case is, but you starting to see who you are or were. And another thing I want to point out is that community is important, but
Mm-hmm.
also identity within the community is a lot more important. Like, you can be in the community, you think that you are the community, like you're around these
Right.
like-minded individuals.
Mm-hmm.
We're all the same. But when you step outside the community, you don't know who you are, kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
you only identify with it. So for those that are in communities that are around several people, find the identity within yourself and be the identity in the community. One quote that I like to say a lot before we get into it, you know what I mean, and for my dog Johnavon takes the mic, is that I like it always stuck with me. 2019 was adapt. No, don't adapt to the environment. Influence the environment. Influence is everything, and
Right.
especially if you influence yourself. You got any thoughts on that, my dog?
Yeah, but man, just to kind of like just go back what you just said is the influence. Like you can always position yourself where people around you can see the change, but you never want to be that person that's changing because of the
Hmm.
people that are going on around it because of whether it's social norms, complaining,
Hmm.
negativity. Like it's so easy to fall in that aspect that people don't understand because at the end of the day, as you know, misery loves company. So if you surround yourself with those type of people, eventually it's going to rub off on you, and you're
Yeah.
going to fall into that, that rabbit hole, the downward spiral where you just keep going and going until eventually it becomes a part of your lifestyle.
Yeah.
And now that it's become a habit. And
Yes.
as you know, if you can't retain those habits, habits are always hard to break. You always got to look at it another side of the coin to open up your perspective of like, wow, I didn't know this was even possible. But
Mhm.
you always only knew that the head side of the coin. You never knew there was a tails.
Yeah. And you can't because of your perspective and how you view things. And
Right.
but again, this is why we created the list. And
Mm-hmm.
shout out to Jonathan because he went haywire. He went he gave me the idea. He was like, "Yo, these are crazy," and I was like, "Hey, let's go ahead and just get to that collab." But without
Mm-hmm.
further ado, I'll go ahead and say the first one. Again, 10 signs if you don't know yourself. Shout out to everybody in the building. If you're new, like, subscribe,
Right.
comment, and put some stars in the fucking chat because we're about to blow this bitch out the
Yeah.
world. We're about to talk the truth, man. We're about to talk this. So, anyways, number one, 10 signs that you don't know yourself is you're indecisive.
Mm-hmm.
You're indecisive. You know, but I want this girl, but I want this girl, and I want this girl, this girl, this girl. I used to have that problem. Too many bitches, okay, cool. But here's
Right.
what I gotta say for that too, right? When you are like indecisive about which girl that you want, I think that's good. Player problems is real. But at
Right.
some point when you know yourself though, you know that you want these certain girls for these certain particular things. You basically become a better manager. And a lot
Right.
of people are indecisive, not even just women. I say women because this is what we do. But
Mhm.
I say when being indecisive in life. Sometimes people don't even know what their favorite color is. Like you're so overly stimulated on the
Lady.
ideas that there's just so many options that you can't pick. If you see what I'm saying, what you got to say to that?
Right. Yeah, this the indecisiveness. This is like I said, it's just a factor, and people don't understand that it comes from a multitude of things. It comes from even the day when you decided when you wake up in the morning, like whether
Yes.
you're gonna make your bed or not, whether
Yeah.
you're gonna, you know, wear some good, smelling cologne because you want to be that type of guy today, or
Mhm.
whether the outfit that you put on today, like all that stuff matters, and you can't even decide on what kind of outfit you want. It's kind of speaking to your character already of like how you're gonna implement yourself to the world. So you're easily, like I say, if someone was like, "Oh yeah, try this," because you don't know yourself, you're
Mhm.
so easy just to throw on anything that comes your way because you just want to feel the liberation of fitting in.
Yes. Yes, and you know what? Even with fitting in being indecisive is like is low key popular. But this is what I mean to
Right,
that though. Like, because if you're decisive, you automatically will stand out from the masses. Because you know what you want,
right,
you go for a direction. So if
hmm
you have that confirmation within yourself already, that's good. You stand out. But if you're a person that's indecisive about things, you then relate to everybody, right? Because
right.
everybody doesn't know who they are. They don't. And the crazy part is too, bro. They don't even want to know who they are. You
Yeah,
know,
that's the saddest thing.
it's crazy. It's crazy. But again, this is why we're creating this. But okay, listen. I'm gonna break it down a little bit. You're indecisive is because you don't trust in your own voice. You don't trust in what you're saying. You don't trust in
Hmm
your beliefs. You don't trust in how you feel. You don't trust in on your instincts. Earlier, I said no hesitation, forward thinking only for a reason because you have to
Not the
like you can. I tell go head in first. When I started
yeah,
performing and making music, I went head in first. They were like, "We got a slot for you to perform. You want to perform this Friday? Let's go." Never performed a day in my
nothing.
life. Got onto that bitch, rocked that shit the fuck out. I think I took it off my page. But anyways,
Yeah.
I trusted myself. You have to really trust in that fucking moment. Like, let me give this
hmm
for instance before I hand over the mic to my dog, man. Is that if you go like simple fact, you go to a woman or wherever the case is, right? You see her, she
Right.
around and everything. You're like, damn, I want to talk to her. And then boom, next thought. But wait, what if she? What if I'm not her type? What if she got a man?
hmm
What if my president? You
Right. You start
that
doubting yourself. Yep.
yeah, and that part is the part where people relate to the most. Hence, watch my hands. This one is in front, the one is in the back, right? Everybody's back here. You pointing out the fact that okay, this is actually like I'm gonna trust in this moment. I'm gonna go for the leap of faith. I'm gonna just take this motherfucking risk. And when I take that motherfucking risk, I actually did a lot better than I did. So you stand
Yeah.
out. People are like, oh god, that's an all-star. Yeah, it is, fool.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? But you back here, you're with everybody else. It's crazy, bro.
Right. And that's kind of just to piggyback off what you said. That's the same thing like when you're introducing the woman the opportunity to you. Because if you don't know what type of woman that you like, that puts you up for that indecisiveness right now because you should be able to put yourself out there to experience the type of women that are for you. This like for a company.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's not meant to work at your company.
Nope.
And even the people that do get in the company, you still got to go. They still got to go through the process.
Yes,
It's
they do.
like, hey, you got to wear this dress code. Here's our attendance policy. You got to follow the protocols and everything like that. And if you're not doing what you're supposed to do, I'm
Mhm.
gonna find somebody else that's gonna fit my job description better than you.
Exactly.
So you got to keep that same mindset, like I said, but you got to make sure as yourself as a man or just even a person in general that you are doing what you have set out for do. Hey, I want to
Mhm.
get this accomplished this day. What am I doing to get this accomplished today? Like, am I making any shortcuts for myself or am I actually taking a long way to actually utilize that process of what is teaching me to get
Yeah.
through that?
Hmm. And then with that, bro, that and once you have that understanding, don't you see how easy it was for how Johnavon just let that shit out though? Don't Angie, I see you, girl. What's happening? How you feeling? Good to see you. But you see how it was effortless to let that happen? don't try to regurgitate thinking that you can. Let's go. Okay, you can be decisive in an instant because you choose it, and that's your power. But
Hmm.
you won't be decisive because if you try to copy how he was saying it, oh yeah, I just gotta do this, I gotta be this, I gotta think like this. Excuse me. The more you do that, the more you're actually going away from yourself, and you become indecisive. You start to get away from you, and you don't know yourself because again, you're trying to be as effortless as how you just explained it.
Right, exactly. But we're
Yeah.
gonna move on here to the second one, so we don't hold the people up. The
Hmm.
second one that I have written down for everyone is that you have a hard time articulating yourself.
Woo!
And here's what I mean by that. It doesn't.
God damn.
It goes all into, like I said, from you even writing yourself notes about what you want to accomplish.
Hmm.
How are you putting in that structure? What are you doing to obtain that? Are you
Hmm.
having a hard time like memorizing or figuring out the ways you want to navigate through your own pathway?
Hmm.
Because I'll tell you this, if you can't have that conversation with yourself, you're not going to be able to have the conversation with getting a job, speaking to women,
Yep.
you know, closing deals, getting yourself out of situations because you don't know how to articulate yourself in a way or a manner that can present who you are without it causing some kind of turmoil, some negative drama, you know. So now you're in this loophole of like, well, should I not say this or should I say this? Does this sound right? Does this sound good? I wonder what she's gonna think. I wonder what he's gonna think. So you're already playing those games and tricks on yourself already
Oh yeah.
because you can't even articulate the words that are coming out your mouth. And if even if they don't, I mean, yeah, even if because you're trying to figure out the meaning behind it, and if you
Exactly.
don't have the meaning behind it, of course, it's not going to stand for anything.
Hmm. And you're gonna be easily fall into it. And I don't know if I wanted to point this out. I don't. Did you like just freestyle when you made the list? Like, did you?
Yeah,
You did.
I literally was like I said, like music is my thing. So I
Yeah.
always put on my headphones and I get into that zone. And I
Hmm.
was just like writing down. I said, you know what, this is gonna be a fire topic. And I was just like, bam, 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 bam. By the time I looked up, I was like, oh shit, I'm done. And
Hmm. Okay, and
I
the
was,
reason why I asked because the way these connect, and remember we talked in the previous live, we talked about everything is a constellation, everything always connects. But the way that this connect right here from your indecisive, you have a hard time articulating yourself. That also comes from of a place of being indecisive. Like, you don't know,
mm-hmm,
you can't even. Again, you're indecisive. It could be a choice. Let's just keep that physical. But now you don't know how to articulate yourself. Now it's starting to. It's a mental thing of you don't know how to connect in certain ways now. You don't know how to
right.
speak. You don't know how to make. Like, bro, I've been in situations. I remember like when this is back. This is way back. This is like years ago. But when I used to smoke weed, I remember like some cops put on me and my homie was walking, and I had like a sack on me, but I,
Mm-hmm,
I hid that shit in my armpit. Fast forward, I basically was just telling him, I was like, "Oh no, sir, we were just we were just getting off of work. It was a late shift. We're headed home at the moment right now." But in that moment, I trusted what I was saying in that situation, and I just allowed it to take over. I didn't try to like if you were to stutter or to look scared or to sound scared and not
mm-hmm,
trusting the words you say, you're gonna get smoked in that situation. But the power is in the belief of you believe in these words. I believe in what I'm saying right now. Like the way
you
we're
heard?
flowing right now,
Yeah,
this is a belief, and this is a
right.
truth within. This is straight passion. You could understand it, you could hear it, and if there's a part in you that's like, oh damn, like okay, I can relate to what the hell he's saying. Or if I don't relate to these two men, I want to relate. So you still have that factor in it. You just gotta
Yep.
be able to articulate that and move forward with it.
Exactly. You gotta like I said, and the reason why I have made this list, like as y'all listen to it, they all tie into each other and they're all like levels to the next step of like your thinking process of everything. Like it just keeps continuing, continuing, continuing to the point where you get like damn, like I'm still stuck at level one. which is
Right.
why I can't even proceed to like level 2 of like the understanding of like how I'm going to able to express myself.
Yep.
Because a lot of times when you have conversations with people these days, you get stuck with the filler question syndrome, which
Mm-hmm.
is like, hey, how you doing? How are you? What do you do for work? What's your favorite color? You know, um, what do you do for a living? You do all those things because you're trying to fumble a way to find something where y'all can connect on so you can
Yes.
create that conversation. But the
Mm-hmm.
conversation is made based off statements, not
Yes.
questions.
And then behind that, the conversation is made off of because you know how to have a conversation. Like there's that factor of it's a statement, but then there's that power of belief in what I'm saying. Like it's
Hmm.
crazy. It's a very fast, instant moment in connection with yourself. Like you just have it and then you do it. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
it's an instant. Again, you can be this. You can. People can do this. You guys can do this. You guys trust in yourself to do a lot of things all the time. But when it comes to things that's outside of yourself or things that may seem dangerous that you put a label on, that's the part where you don't trust in. And oh, this next one. Hold on. Which and you can't articulate yourself. I gotta say the next one, bro. This
That's
when I seen
Hey,
it, I
go right
slapped
ahead.
instantly. Number three, bro. This should give me hype, y'all, for real. Number three of the 10 signs that you don't know yourself is you're easily persuaded. Woo! Shit, bro. That's such a good
That's
one.
how it is. That's how
You're
it
easily
is.
you're easily persuaded. Nah, man. Uh just off of that, okay? I'm gonna relate this to women because a lot of these fucking men out here, these guys, these the
Hmm.
townhouse men. Shout out to Angie, but all of these townhouse men, yeah, townhouse men, penthouse men. We'll talk about that in
All
another.
right,
But
that's cool.
the townhouse men, if you're one of them, you are easily persuaded. You're gullible. You will let a woman run your life, and if it's not a
Hmm.
woman, you're gonna let somebody else run your life. You're gonna allow somebody else to lead you to the way. It's like a car salesman, like a sleazy car salesman trying to give this guy, paint a picture, sell a dream of this broke ass 2008 Honda Accord. It got rust stains, but he's telling him that, hey, I see that there's rust stains, but however,
Hmm.
because it's rust stains, it can still run. You can still, like, you can persuade him. And you're like,
Right.
yeah,
Yeah.
right. But
Just
then that
takes a little elbow grease to get off.
yes, bro. And then that goes with the you're indecisive because you don't even
Hmm.
trust that part of you to be like, I don't want it. Listen, hold on, this just came to me. Like as soon as you make a decision and somebody comes with you with an offer and you allow that decision, you allow their offer to influence your decision, you don't know yourself. It's
Hmm.
okay. It's okay to be open minded. You can be open minded. That's fine. But
Right.
once you allow that to like seep in and influence it,
Yeah.
you don't know yourself. Oh shit, that was crazy.
Yeah, you
Wow.
know, and like I said, even if you just want to tie that to women, I'll just keep it very simple and generic. It could be like, and we always talked about this on the back end. It could be like, hey, you set up the date, everything going smooth, and then you hit her with like, oh yeah, let's just go get drinks, whatever. And she's like, well, I don't really do drinks, but we can go get some dinner instead. And
Oh
you're
my
like,
god.
you know what? That actually does sound like a better idea. We can go have that. We can go get dinner. But why are you going to get dinner? That's $1 million question. Why are you going to get dinner?
I want to
And
know.
and the reason why you're going to get dinner is because you can't stand on what you want to do. So
yes.
you're easily persuaded by what others are going to put onto your agenda because you're trying to be impressive to them
Yes.
instead of them trying to be impressive to you.
Exactly.
And that's why you get easily persuaded because you're trying to appeal to so many people's like thought processes, emotions, actions because you want to be included.
Oh shit.
And it
Yes.
don't work like that. I understand, like I said, you might find some like-minded people and everything like that, but even then, you're still gonna all go your own way. Because at the end of the day, if you know how like in the back in the day you had $100 bill, right? And it was just like it didn't have the blue strip. But as time evolved, the $100 bill kept changing. It's kind of like in this aspect here is just like that $100 bill is kind of like the representation of you. Like you're gonna have your own way, but eventually over time periods, you're gonna keep changing and evolving as the years go on.
Yep.
But the thing is, it's like your value in that $100 bill is going to be easily persuaded on how other people view you
Yes.
because you don't know that you worth the $100.
Mm-hmm.
So if someone's just like, oh, I got $100, it don't sound too convincing to compare to somebody else that walked in and be like, man, I got $100. You know what I mean? Like there's a difference. But the thing, like I said, when you get persuaded, you can think of that $100 bill as your value. Once you get
Yep.
persuaded, you lose all that and you don't
Mm-hmm.
have it anymore. The other person got it. So now you're worthless.
Mm-hmm. And you know, and that's the thing too. And I want to with that too, the perspective and everything. First of all, everybody put some stars in the chat because Jonathan's going crazy. He's talking that real fire right now. Real fire. We talking out of the real fire. Like I want like one thing that I thought about as you were speaking was motherfucking like damn, it just came to mind. Not no way it just left. But no. Oh, there we go. It was talking about how even listen, even if you let the ones that you love the most influence you just your decision, you still don't know yourself. You still don't know yourself. Like
Mm-hmm.
it goes back into the community thing I said before. Listen, if you have your decision, you won't allow somebody else's perspective to influence what you got going on. And it doesn't matter if it's someone that you love, you're close with, grew up with, came up with, your decision is your decision.
Right, exactly. And then just before we go on to the next topic, and I go on to the fourth one, it's the same thing. Like when people tell you like, oh, you supposed to be getting to know the girl. You're
Mm-hmm.
supposed to be on the phone call talking to her. You're supposed to be texting her 24/7, seeing
Yeah.
how she's doing, what she like, and everything like that. But I'm just like, for what is the purpose of doing it? Like, what is your identity standpoint of trying to do all that? And if
Mm-hmm.
it's not even tied into you, you are being persuaded by like the society norms of somebody else's that's trying to get you to fall into that same bubble like them. You're not standing on anything. You're standing
Yeah.
on who the other people think you are. And this is why I'm going to my fourth point, which adds into this, is that you are seeking validation from others.
We
Which
can
is
end the show right here. Thank you guys for coming. Get like, comment, subscribe. Now I'm playing.
which is number 4 on the list that we have. And
I
it's
can't believe it's
because
number 4. We got 6 more, y'all. What the fuck? Like this is crazy. This is crazy, bro.
and the reason why you are seeking it from, like I said, and it goes back into another one, like the main part of all this is that you have a hard time knowing your true identity of who you are. You
Mm-hmm.
cannot bring it up to the surface. You keeping it dormant for whatever reason because you're scared of what other people are going to see you or view you as in this
Mm-hmm.
outside world. And I'm gonna tell you this: the only way you're gonna overcome that is this, you got to step through it. So like too many of y'all are worried about the lights being on when you really should just be walking your pathway in the dark.
Mm.
Because of course everyone's gonna be around with the lights on.
Yeah.
But when the lights turn off, there's no one there. It's just you.
Yeah. You got to seek that within yourself. You know, because so a lot of these things is a balance, right? Everybody. So like for instance, if you seek validation from others, you're also saying there's also the other side of like you're doing that because you don't trust yourself. So you want to trust somebody else's opinion. There's always a polarity.
Exactly.
Everything exists together, as in
Hmm.
love and hate, all that type of shit. But when you seek validation from others, you oh god damn, you are that easily persuaded, you're a people pleaser. And let me point this out too, because a lot of people can say, you know, I grew up with trauma childhood, I grew up with certain things. I understand
Okay.
that
Right.
that sometimes you do people need to grow and they need to take care of themselves mentally, they need to get themselves out of the community, whatever the case is, out of families and shit like that. But don't allow that to be the excuse of as to why you are continuing to seek validation, because as
Right.
crazy as this is going to sound, you can still you can really in an instant not seek validation. Like I don't give a fuck about telling my homeboys about bitches I smashed. I
Mm.
don't care about telling people about, oh, I just made 2 bands in one day. Like I, you know, I don't care about things like that. And these are examples, right? But I'm saying
Right.
like once you get to a place of you don't care about seeking validation, you it's like you close your mouth. You talk
Mm-hmm.
less. You understand that okay, I don't need to say these things because why do I need to say these things? Sometimes when it's in the conversation, cool, do it. I mean that's fine. There's nothing wrong
Right.
with that. But if you're continuously over saying things, you're trying to find validation. And I'm saying that because I've a lot of people want to sneak in like sneaking validation, sneaking people pleasing. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, imagine Johnavon and I talking this shit like that. You know what I'm saying? We, oh yeah, yeah. I was like, yeah, man, I smashed like three girls in one day, and I'm be like this. You know, like
Right.
I can bring it up, like of course if it's in a conversation, but if some people really want to seek
Hmm.
validation in order to look like a fabulous person or like a
Yeah.
good person,
Person.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You want to seem higher than how you really actually are. So this you're a fraud. You're a fucking fraud.
Right.
If we're gonna be honest about it, like you're trying to be
Exactly.
something that you're not, and that's gonna destroy you. So please don't seek
Yeah.
advice. Man.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna go over this real quick, and that's why I got this pen in my hand, so it'll make sense before you go to number 5. So you got to think
Mhm.
about it like this. And I wish I had a pencil. I don't have a pencil, unfortunately, so I'm gonna improvise. So, as you know, a pen once you write in it, it's ink. You can't really erase it. You can try to smear it, but it's still there. Some
Mhm.
of you motherfuckers are pencils,
Woo!
and
Hold
y'all
up.
let other people write on y'all story and erase it when they want to and write the new description of who y'all are on there.
I don't even got pencils.
I don't got pencils either.
I
I
don't
got
got pencils, bro.
pens. permanent,
Excuse me.
permanent,
I'm
permanent,
a little under the weather. My apologies, y'all.
permanent marker. Y'all need to be sharpies.
I got fucking paper mate. I got a yellow pen, bro. Nah, man, nah, dead ass though, dead ass though. But let's go to firstly before we get to number 5. I want to go ahead and acknowledge all the viewers in the motherfucking building. What's happening, y'all? First of all, what's good, everybody? Everybody put some stars in the chat. We on number 5, and then we got 5 more. We're gonna close out the show, but I see y'all in the motherfucking building. We got my dog Johnavon that is collabing with me. You're gonna see a lot more collaborations with Johnavon and I. You know what I'm saying? Like the the way we conduct ourselves and
Yeah.
how we flow, bro. This shit is straight magic. I swear.
Yes,
But you know
and
what I'm saying? Shout out.
respect to everybody in the chat too. We appreciate y'all coming through as well. For the
Yep.
new people, from the old people, all the support. Like we greatly appreciate it.
Yep. I'm gonna say some shout out. Shout out to Wendell. Shout out to Lady. Shout out Unique. Shout out to Darius. Shout out to Zora Mina. Shout out to Sour Patch. I see you with the heart. You know what I'm saying? I fuck with that. Shout out to Ephraim. Unique putting the stars. You motherfuckers are shining, bro. I love that shit, man. Thank y'all for being here. Thank you guys for taking the time out. We're here to assist
Mm,
and for you to help yourself. I know we point fingers and we be saying Jazzy, oh Jazzy Jazz, I didn't forget you. Shout out to Jazzy Jazz. 'Cause I see you in the building, okay? I see you. But again, I wanna we're gonna be harsh because the truth can be harsh depending on the level at where you're at with yourself. So
mhm.
if you're at a level where you don't trust yourself, you don't know yourself, as we created this, well, as when Jonathan created this list, then that means you just need to listen to what we're saying and put your feelings to the side. I get it. You want to listen to your feelings more than you want to listen to the truth. But I get it because I was there once. But what you can do is make the instant switch like we talk about and be with the truth and part of the fucking truth. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
And you and that and this is the power that you have. You get to choose that. You get to choose that I want to be with the truth. You get to choose that. You can choose today. You can choose right now. You can choose to be that motherfucker. But that's all dependent on you. Number fucking
mhm.
5.
Bye.
Number 5 of 10 signs that you don't know yourself is you believe materialistic things give you an identity.
Whew.
Okay. Holy
We
shit.
we got a lot of vanity slaves out here. I'll tell you that.
I'm gonna go ahead and say this, man. I think I'm gonna be very known for my bold statements. But anybody who relies on that looks, money, and status shit, you ain't shit. You know what I mean? I don't believe that is a way to go. I understand that you have to again polarity. you have to find an identity with something outside of yourself because you don't have an identity within yourself. That's
Mhm.
cool, bro. But and if that's how you want to be, that's how you want to fucking be. But you care too much. If you care too much about your looks, like you can look. If you love yourself, you're gonna automatically, you want your looks to good. You want your status to be great. Even if you're at a company, you want to be a great employer or a manager, whatever the case is. And it's
Right.
all that, and your money. You want your money tight. But I'm saying for those people who rely on the external things, you are easily moved, easily persuaded, bro. I'm telling you,
Yeah.
the way these things connect is crazy as
Hey.
hell. And I'm saying that because I'm big into looks, money, and status, but it's not because like I search for it. It's because
Mm-hmm.
I already know myself and I genuinely love myself and I want to look good. I want to smell good. I want to
Right.
be fly.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I know these on
Yeah.
the farm. One of my favorite lines is
Mm-hmm.
it ain't about the car, it's about the player that's up in it. Again, it's
Right.
just never about these clothes. Bro, I could
Mm-hmm.
be holy hell, I could be in a raincoat and I swear I'll make that shit look good. I'll be a trendsetter in that situation. They're gonna be like, whoa,
Right.
that raincoat
Exactly.
five.
And I'm so glad you mentioned that because it was so funny. And I was actually talking to my girl about this. So
Mm,
one day, like I was just, I'm blind, people, so that's why I got glasses on. So don't make fun of me. But I originally had black, glasses. So I decided,
yeah.
you know what? Let me go ahead and just switch it up. Let me see if I actually look better in the clear glasses than I do in the black, which is why I got the clear glasses on right now. And as soon like I put them on, I said, I'm fucking with these. I actually like these a little bit better than that. I said, it kind of like goes with the style and everything like that. I said, cool, because everyone just tells you like, everything matches with black. You can do that. I'm like, yeah, it does. But if that's your style, that's your style. But I decided to switch it up because I was like, was I just really just wearing black because that's what I heard, or do I actually like it? So
Mm,
push come to shove, I'm going throughout my day and everything like that, and I noticed like people in my own department getting clear glasses.
mm.
So I was like, hey, what's going on? I said, so I've been asking them. I was like, hey, what made you decide to get the clear glasses? I said, and they was like, you know what? Like honestly, like I was really debating, what color to get, black, but like they said, I saw you and where you was, styling the glasses and they were clear. I
Yeah.
decided to get my own pair. And I've seen people outside of work that know me to get their own clear pair of glasses too. So I was like, okay, I see it, but it's not because I got the glasses because they were a trending thing. It's because I made the glasses for me a trending thing. So
Yes.
that way, when people saw it, they was just like, you know what, I'm fucking with this identity of like what it can make me be. For some people,
Yeah.
like I said, like for me, I'm just getting them just to see it and I like the style of it, so I'm gonna get it. But for other people, like I said, it's like the materialistic things, which I was saying earlier, the vanity slave part of it is where you're so wrapped up in the material things of what you're putting on that you lose focus on who you are.
Yeah.
So like even for these gold chains, like I said, I really don't care about jewelry. I take this off the next day and still pull your bitch. Like like
Bro.
like this the chains don't matter because at the end of the day it's coming from the person that you are identified
Bro.
with.
And you know what? I want to say this too, because you know talking about like take your bitch, bro. I remember I took this pretty ass little hoe. You know what I'm saying? And I say hoe with respect and love. You know what I mean? We just talking and shit. But I remember I was like just basically flirting with her ass. But bro, I
Mm.
had I had holes in my shoes. I just got out of work. It was a long day of work. I had a hole in my shoes and I had like cardboard and shit on me. Cause I'm like, you know what? Whatever. I'm finna be out there and whatever the case is. I'm finna just talk to their ass. I'm finna talk to her. I
Mhm.
want to talk to her. I didn't get. I had my. This is when I had my long hair. I had a fucking bun up and shit. And I'm over there. I just walked up to her with all that on. Pulled her. She ended up buying me drinks. I bought. I repaid the favor because I'm like, I like the transparency. I like that shit connection.
Right.
She
The
over there serving me
reciprocation.
shit.
Yeah.
Exactly. She over there getting me into clubs for the free like that whole night and we ended up, having a great connection afterwards. But
Hmm.
what I like with that is that I didn't care about how I looked. You know what I'm saying? Because
Right.
I believe that once you have a real solid like a real solid concrete identity and confidence about yourself, there is nothing. outside of you that can move it. Like you become unmovable. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I can be 300 pounds and I can end up still doing the same shit I was doing when I was 150. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
because that doesn't matter. But, you know, again, I do want to advise men, definitely watch your health and watch your shit. You know what I'm saying? Style.
Hmm.
I believe looks, money, and status is a great thing. You should want that for you. But you shouldn't want it because society wants you to want it,
Right.
basically. You know what I'm saying? But
Exactly.
you want to go ahead and get to the number six, bro?
Yeah, let me go ahead and jump right into it. So for number 6, I wrote down giving up after your first attempt. And too many of y'all are so wound up about the outcome of you attempting to do something that you lose sight of why you started it in the first place.
Woo!
So I'm just going to tie this to women because this is always has been like for a lot of males Achilles' heels. You finally get the courage to finally go talk to the girl that you like, and she shoots you down for whatever reason, and
Mm,
you just let that ruin your whole day. You know, your mind shot. You can't think straight. You're trying to figure out what within yourself is not good enough that you didn't make an outstanding impression to her. But
yep.
I'm here to tell you that your first attempt should not be your last attempt. You got to keep going because there's a lot of people out here in this world where you let your first outcome, which is your first attempt, dictate how the rest of your story is going to go. It should
Yeah.
not be like that. There's many times in life where you're going to get knocked down and you got to keep going. Hell, I'll just give an example for basketball because I'm a big basketball fan. Michael Jordan didn't make his high school ball team. He could have easily just stopped right there, but he kept going. Kobe Bryant missing 1,001 shots at the gym, but he never let that affect him, like going through the next day shooting and everything like that. There's a lot of people that have gotten injuries. Some people have torn their Achilles heels. Some people have just got back on the court. They might not be the same, but they did not allow it to dictate how the rest of their story is going to go. They still was like, hey, this is my passion. This is what I'm going to do,
Yeah.
regardless of like me losing like my athletic ability or slowing me down. I'm going to find like another way to get myself back on the court.
Yeah.
And that's what they did.
What exactly? No matter what the case is either, because I want to point out too, like, even with this channel, even with me building this, you know what I mean? To me, I feel like I'm doing like millions of views, but like
Mm-hmm.
they're like people get discouraged by the views. You see that, okay, maybe not, these people aren't engaged with me. Oh, why isn't I'm not getting these views or attention? Why am I not getting these subs? Or why am I not getting these followers for people that's really big into social media? Because I want to bridge it all together for everything. Because the outlook of how you see things external is basically a lack of your vision and purpose and your passion. Like once
Right.
you like if you're scared of you're not getting certain things, or you're like you feel bad because you're not getting those views, you're
Mm-hmm.
basically saying that there's a part of me that still wants that validation, but I'm trying to be passionate about it. And there's no
Right.
such thing as trying to be passionate. They ain't trying to do nothing. This is just
Right.
off a straight fire. This is off a straight drive. This is off straight whatever. You know what I'm saying? This is all what it is. And I think you when you spoke about women too, I believe you talked about rejection, right? When you first,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. The
like
first part. Yeah.
that whole thing, like, bro, I remember I was with my homie. We was on a cruise. You know what I'm saying? We were getting quote unquote rejected. Left? No, no, no. Wait, were we on a cruise? Nah, we was at this Spanish little club, bro. We was getting rejected, but it wasn't a bad thing to like. To me, I didn't. It's just it's just reject. It's a person. It's just women that just don't want to fuck with you. That
Right.
and it's okay. But people
Exactly.
they see it as the end of the world. Like you think that this is the end of the world. I've had women told me no plenty of times, but on the other side of the fence, I've had hella women that told me yes. But
Exactly.
but that's you need that balance. That is really one of the biggest messages with this shit. Is that even when it comes to a rejection, even when it comes to these things, even when it comes to giving up after your first try, if you give up after your first try, you're also saying that I don't know myself. So I gave up.
Right.
Like for
Exactly.
I don't like Minecraft, and if I try Minecraft and I get bored and a fucking Enderman fucking kills me, I give up because I'm like, I know I don't like it, but I'll try it. Like I'll be open minded, but I'm like, man, I don't really fucking like Minecraft and shit.
Right. Yeah, and there is like, exactly what you said. Would you tearing your ACL, MCL? Like I said, you could have opted out at any given time. But it's the fact that you was like, no, I'm gonna see this way through. I got the mental toughness to go through it, and I'm gonna go on this journey because this is the shit that I want to do. And
Yeah,
you did it. But that's the mindset, like I said, a lot of people don't have, and we're trying to get y'all to realize that you need to get there before you allow yourself to just be tossed to the curbside like everybody else. Because
yes.
if you don't have this going down for yourself now, it's
Mm-hmm.
going to be tougher for you in the future when you do actually face harder adversity
Yeah.
that's presented in front of you. Because some of this stuff, like I said, is really level one stage. And then when you get through life, you start developing different stuff, especially when you get into adult, bills, mortgages, conducting yourself through different meetings, collaborating with people, conducting projects, like all those things, going to college, where is school, trying to get into a professional level, like all those things are going to either elevate you to a newer height, or they're going to keep you at a standstill, or they're going to put you further down the hole.
Right.
So you can either, like I said, pick and choose your battles, but I'm telling you, like the only battle that you really need to be having is the battle within yourself to get where you need to be.
Exactly. And I also want to thank Darius for saying mental toughness, because this is what it really comes down to. It's having that portion, but that's the thing that's like unpenetrable. Like it's like you literally cannot move it once you have it, and then once you develop it and evolve it and move it forward. Oh man, it's
It's a
uh,
it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. But like I said, sometimes you got to be able to like go through those tough patches and
you
go
need
through
it.
that remolding for yourself,
Yep.
so you can get to the upgrade that you need to be at. Which is why I'm gonna go ahead and go into the number 7 of 10 signs you don't know yourself, and it's that you lie to get what you want.
I'm about to go to sleep. Oh my god, this is crazy.
and,
Go
and
ahead, bro. I hear your voice. I know you want to say something, bro.
it's just the fact that, like I said, it all boils down to, like I said, once again, you not knowing yourself. And the reason why you have to lie is because you're trying to make a good impression on the other people, because your identity does not match up to who they think or want you to be. So you have to lie to those people so you can get a good, most people say, a good rapport. So like y'all are on good terms and y'all feel like y'all are progressing. But the thing is, your foundation is what's going to help you elevate to go certain places. But if your foundation is built off lies,
Yeah.
once that lie becomes to the light, or the truth uh, gets revealed, your foundation is dismantled. There is no more foundation. So now you have to start all over, due to the fact of like you not knowing yourself, or you may continue going that pathway because like, oh man, I got caught. Now I just got to be a little bit more sneakier, or I got to be a little bit more
Yep.
clever on how I maneuverate that. But the thing is, like I said, eventually you're gonna get caught up in your own lie, because of the fact of the matter is, like, a lie has to continuous being built upon, and you're not
Mm-hmm.
going to remember every lie that you tell, but you
Yeah.
can remember every statement of truth that you spoke about, because it's the truth, and those truths usually are always implanted in your head. You're not
Yep.
going to remember every lie.
Yep. And people want to keep up with the lies. This is
Right.
what baffles me. You lie and then you keep up with it. You're like, oh wait, hold on. Let me go. Wait. I did say this. This is like a mental talk, because shit, I used to be a fucking liar, especially in like middle school, high school. I was a fucking liar, so like I know it. So when you try to lie yourself out of a situation, you literally are persuading yourself to be a liar. Do you see the fucking like power in that shit? Like people, like I want y'all to know this, right? Everything that we just listed from 1 to 7, you are choosing these things at the same time. If you have to lie to get what you want, you chose to lie to get what you want. And if how you start is how you fucking finish. I know, Jonathan, you say that shit all the time. You don't
Mm-hmm.
introduce things you can't keep up with to keep going, because people want to lie, especially they want to seem like they're popular. They want to seem like they got hella bands. to
Right.
impress a woman, to impress people around you. Did you know
Mm-hmm.
that a lot of people are actually more down to earth than you think? You just rely on the status of shit. And if you know, status is a big thing in this reality or just this social norm in society. But
Right.
what people genuinely really fuck with and what's very polarizing is confidence, is honesty, is authenticity.
Mm-hmm.
That is polarizing. That is what people really like, people really love. They don't. I mean, lies can get you so many places. Lies can get you hella bands. Lies can get you this car. Lies can get you somewhere. But at the end of the day, and I remember my mentor, he told me this. You know, he was speaking to me. We spoke the other day, but I remember he told me this shit. He was just like, it wasn't towards me, but it was, we just had a convo, but it stuck. And it was just like, at the end of the day, these people who lie to themselves, which is at least 95% of the people in the world, they have to have the worst karma. And their worst karma is that they have to sit with themselves. They have
Mm.
to be alone at the end of the night.
Facts. And like I said,
Overstimulated. I'm sorry, go ahead.
yeah. No, I was just gonna just say like that. That's the truth because you got to
That's
think about
it.
it. Also, in this aspect, when you lie to someone, you're actually like you're giving a part of you to them, like an
Hmm.
instance of like power. I don't
Yes. Oh shit.
you're so impressive to me that I have to lie to you to get what I want.
Hmm.
Because at the end of the day, because I do not know what I want, I'm going to lie to you or sell you this dream or this facade so we can pretend that everything is going well the way it should be, and then I can finally get what I want.
Yep.
Because I don't have the courage or the balls in this matter to tell you what I want upfront and personal to you when I had the opportunity to do so so many times. So now I got to continue down this pathway that I put my footprints in the sand until they get washed away by the shore. Because until you catch me on this lie, or until like I finally slip up and expose myself, that's the pathway I've laid.
And yeah, exactly. And then two, before we get into the eighth one, because boy, I love the eighth one because I used to, boy, I used to talk about that shit. Actually, you know what? Fuck what I was gonna say. I'm gonna go to the eighth one because we said everything. I already know how we do. We could talk for 3 hours on this. I swear. You know, maybe
Right?
some
Yeah.
we could do like a
Like
longer.
long alive. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll plan that out because you know I think no I know that going forward y'all will see more collaborations with us and y'all tell Johnavon to go ahead and create a channel. Y'all tell Johnavon to create a channel because obviously I don't know I don't think I'm saying enough. Man, y'all tell me to go. Anyways, but number eight, which is this is probably one of my favorites. I'm blocking off 9 and 10 because I want everything to shock me as I see it or hear it. But you allow one bad situation to ruin your day. Hold on, everybody.
Right.
Hold your fucking horses. If you're drinking a drink, you better just stay still real quick because you think that, oh wait, hold on. But what if I feel some type of way because of this bad situation? What if my tire popped when I was on the road? What if, goddamn it, there was a raid in my complex? What if these things happen? All right, are you going to allow a moment in time in a 24-hour span of a day to ruin your fucking day for it to be a thing? You know what? I think a lot of people are just addicted to drama. Like I think people like they like you're manifesting oh shit, you're manifesting like the drama in your life, and it's not even in the sense that like you're calling for it, but it could be a situation where something just happens. In reality, you just didn't check your tire, so it popped. You know, you wasn't
Right.
checking, so it popped. But for you, you're like, why are these bad things happening to me? Why are these? Oh my God, what is God trying to tell me? What is these things? Everything you see, everything I was saying was external. Nothing was damn. I should have checked my tire. I was like
Right.
that was a bad thing for me. I didn't have accountability for that, bro. What you gotta say to that, man?
No, this still a lot of the bad situation part. Like I said, it can start this from the simplest thing. This I'll just give a crazy scenario. Like, plenty of times you in the kitchen, you walking around, you trying to get everything situated and you
Hey,
stub your oh.
hold on, bro. They saying create a damn channel. Tell that motherfucker create a channel, man. Say it again. Y'all put some. Hey, y'all say create a channel again. I need two more people. Go ahead, bro. But y'all tell this man create a channel. I'm tired of this shit.
Nah, but this going back to it. I'll look into it. We'll consider it. But this like I said, go into a kitchen or anything, and
Mm-hmm.
let's just say you stub your toe on the table leg, and you're just like, oh yeah, that hurt. It might be a split second where you process it and be like, man, like fuck, like that shit made me mad because obviously I wasn't being aware of myself. I wasn't paying attention
Okay.
to like the dynamic. And I hit my toe, and that shit hurt. Yeah, it's gonna sting a little bit, but eventually it's gonna go away. And that's the mindset you got to have too. Like when you're interacting with anything that comes to your way that doesn't go according to your pathway or what you want. It's like, okay, I stubbed my toe, I'll get over it or anything like that. Girl rejected me. Okay, there's millions out here in the world. I didn't get the job that I was looking for getting. It's okay. There's going to be another doorway that's going to open up for me. But the thing is, it's like you got to understand that those bad situations can also propel you to greater heights too, because you can also use that motivation to elevate you to certain aspect. Like you can use, like I said, there's nothing wrong with like I would put it in this way, like having emotions, but there's a wrong thing of being emotional. You can use your
Yes.
emotions to help you progress to the next point. Like
Yes.
sometimes I'd be pissed off, but I use that for me as a catalyst at the gym. So I can go harder, so I can do this, so I can get other things out the way. So that way, like I'm actually challenging myself more to get
Mm-hmm.
to where I need to be with that aggression that I just had through that situation. There's
Yes.
been plenty of times, like I said, it's all about how you channel everything. Like they say, your mind is a gateway to all to the world basically,
Mm-hmm.
but it can also block your gateway.
Put some stars in the chat for that. He just went off. Let me go ahead. Let me say this while it's on my motherfucking mind too. So you know how you were talking about like you be getting pissed off. I get pissed off too. I like at the end of the day, y'all. You also need to understand that those who are still in our penthouse views that see above the shit, they're still human. But what they do is manage. What they do is see the oversight of the feeling. So here's what I gotta say to that. I remember I was seeing something that because I shit, bro, customer service is a fucking bitch. I ain't gonna lie. I enjoy
Mm-hmm.
assisting people, but some people really be lacking. If they're 49, they be acting like fucking 1 month year old motherfucker. But what I gotta say to that is that one thing that I learned because I remember I was frustrated one time, dude. Like I was talking with this person, but I was so frustrated. In my mind, I was showing you got to show you cool and everything,
Right.
but I was frustrated. But what I learned from the frustration is that these people are at a certain thinking. Like they're only in the wavelength of frustration, confusion, anger, desperation, like whatever the case is. And when you're in that, right, you're
Right.
only limited. Hence why I have my hands like this, like peep the hands. You're only in a certain box of something. But if I mirror that and it's okay because I can still be frustrated, but now once you see above it, once you become a penthouse viewer, woo, you see that you're like, damn, hold on, like you're actually at this certain level. I shouldn't mirror that. And if I do feel some type of way, I understand why you feel that type of way. But that doesn't mean I need to relate to it. Because people are
Exactly.
just stuck at a certain place and
Mm-hmm.
they just have to be there. You can't have shepherds without sheep. You can't have leaders without followers. Everything in this life is polarity. I'm gonna have to do a live on that shit.
Right. And I'm glad you said that before we go into the next one because it ties into it. But chat, I just want y'all to remember this: rejection is correction, and correction is rejection. Because for you to be on the correct path, you have to reject certain things that are not for you. And
Yes.
for when you're going through it, and the people that do reject you, that's them correcting you. Like, hey, you need to go back to where your pathway is because
Yep.
it's not here, and that's perfectly fine. Like I said, everyone has their own opinion, in certain matters. Like I said, you talking to the girl and she rejects you, that's her in a way correcting you. Like, hey, if you try to get with me, you're gonna be thrown
Ooh,
off your
that's
own
fire.
path. You're gonna get thrown off your own path because now you're gonna be in the position of chasing her.
Yes.
And then for you, the correction,
Whoa! Oh
and for
shit!
you correcting yourself on the right path where you're supposed to be in, for a woman to get with you, she has to reject what she wants to be on your pathway. And
Yeah,
vice versa. Like I said, job wise, other people coming into your life. You whether like I said, you creating that YouTube channel like my boy Izzy, like all those
they were
all those
saying it,
things,
bro. Everybody was saying it. They were
all
saying
those
create it, bro.
all those things, they tie into one another. And then I'm just gonna leeway up to 10, which is why we were just talking about this not too long ago. Is you're unable to manage your emotions.
Yes, you're unable. And here's the thing: you because you're unable to manage your emotions. You also what you're saying also is that you are able to imitate somebody else and how they manage their emotions, because
Mm-hmm.
people will view. I remember I was in the live the other day and I was saying if you really idolize somebody by yourself, I think you're a bitch. Just respectfully, you know what I'm saying? And I'm saying that because if you see somebody how they act, you imitate it, you see that they don't manage their emotions well or how they move in this world, you then identify with that and you become that and you think that that's okay because this one person is doing it, so then you don't manage your emotions well. Listen, y'all, like, bro, we are having an emotional conversation per se, but it's not in the sense that we're overly emotional, we're overly feminine. No, it's just this is straight passion. Like this
Mm-hmm.
is like respect, love, toughness, all that shit. But this is just the truth. The truth comes with everything. But if you crash out over like a bug landing on your hand and like that ruins your day, just like we were talking about before in the list,
Right.
you're done, bro. You don't know
You
how to
finish.
why something so small taking your whole day, bro. What you gotta say to that, my dog?
Yeah, like I said, temporary things should not make permanent aspects of your life.
Yep.
And those are the things that we convince ourselves those temporary things are permanent. But even when you like, for instance, for the first 24 hours that you get, they go away because tomorrow's a new day. So that
Mm-hmm.
so that day is already flushed out your system, gone. Now it's like how am I able to progress to the next level today for myself? Am I getting better, or am I putting myself in a worse situation than before? What am I doing to understand the pathway that I'm going on? Like I was telling you in the last live, like your what has to be just as powerful as your why,
Mm-hmm.
because your why is kind of like your foundation, but what you're doing is the catalyst on how it's going to get you to where you need to be.
Exactly. And that's just and that's again, that's all about to any person that wants to know themselves. To know yourself
Mm-hmm.
is to know the decision and trust it. Like that's the best way to simplify everything like that. Because if you don't measure emotion, you done. But before we get to
Right
the
there.
last one,
Huh.
because we about to wrap this up in a motherfucking minute. Everybody put some stars in the motherfucking chat.
Drop
You
some
know what I'm
stars
saying?
for my boy.
Hey, yeah, hey, listen. Every time, hey, we gonna keep this as a thing. Shout out to the viewers that's here. Shout out to the viewers that's finna watch this. But every time we do a collaboration with Johnavon, we all gonna say create a channel.
This man
We gonna
crazy.
do it. We gonna do it. We all gonna say it. And if no one's putting it, I'm finna make another channel and type it. Fuck that. Because I know there's a bonus one. So I'm gonna say the bonus
Yeah,
one. Again. Thank you guys for everything. If you're new here, like that motherfucking, but hit that motherfucker. I know you want to hit that shit. Look at that like button, it's sexy ass.
yeah.
You see that subscribe button? Go ahead, subscribe to the channel. And if you don't like what I'm saying, I don't care about your opinion, bro. We don't give a fuck. We don't really give a fuck, honestly. But anyways, number
Mm-hmm.
11, the bonus one is you don't. Oh, excuse me. Number 11 of 10 signs that you don't know yourself. Oh my God, but I thought it was 10. There's 11?
Right. There's a bonus
Oh,
surprise.
wow. There's a bonus. But anyways, you don't stick to your own agenda. You're a
Hmm.
you're a false prophet, bro. You don't trust like you oh shit. Hold on. Like
You don't practice what you preach.
you commit to the moment, but you don't hold on. You don't commit to the moment, but you don't commit to the longevity of it. Like you rather commit to the feeling than commit to the plan. I'm dropping
Mm.
the mic on that
Mhm.
bitch. I dropping the mic on that bitch.
Like
That
I
was
said,
crazy.
the vision got to be as important as the action, but the action is what catalyzes the vision.
That's
They
what I'm
they go
saying.
hand in hand. But like I
Yep.
said, you got to have the vision, but you got to put the actions behind it. But with no action, there's no vision.
Ain't none.
Right.
And you know what? I want to say this too. For guys who are like, oh my god, like, but what do I do with emotions or whatever the case is? Listen, emotions are natural, but what you can do with your emotions and is allow your emotions to fuel the plan. Okay, I'm passionate about this idea. Example, Jonathan, passionate about you don't know yourself. What he do? Created a plan. What he do? Send it to me. What happened then? Created a date. What happened then?
Mm-hmm.
Here.
Yeah.
You see the structure in it. You can feel those feelings and also have structure and executing everything that's motherfucking happening. Because, excuse me, sorry about that. I've been drinking some great tea, man. Shout out to that, man. Shout out to the little tea, the little shot.
Lazy touch.
You know what I'm saying? So it's so
Yeah,
good. It's so good. This
I
doing
got you.
my body, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, but if once you let that happen, right?
Yeah.
Another thing is that once you create a plan, say you're not feeling it, quote unquote, it don't matter. Execute and follow that, and your feelings will follow.
Mm-hmm.
Because feelings will follow the plan. Because commitment is structure and it's masculinity. It's a masculine thing to commit and to plan and to execute. You hear the way it's saying, and then once
Right.
and the emotions will come in it. Say, goddamn, I'm low key a little under the weather right now, but did I allow myself to steer away? Oh, I don't feel good. I don't feel good. Shit, I wasn't feeling great. You know what I'm saying? I've been working two
Right.
weeks straight. I've been
Mm-hmm.
working this shit over time. You think I give a fuck about that shit? If I commit to something, I'm gonna commit to it long way, full way, all the way. And guess what? My passion for when I first heard of the idea of 8, 10 cents, you don't find yourself. When I felt it in that moment, I was like, yeah, this lit. Boom. That don't mean that feelings gonna last forever, but then when we get into the live, I'm over here like it all came back again. Cause
Facts.
once you commit to the action that you were initially gonna take, everything will continuously follow you. Because those who are lucky are the ones who take action within a moment and execute straight up.
Exactly. And like I said, your agenda gotta be so written in stone that even if someone try to dismantle it, like smash it with a hammer or anything, you still be able to put the pieces together and still figure out what your plan was to do for the rest of the day. Like it has to be that tight to the point where like it's
Mm-hmm.
it's engraved into like from your head to your toe. Like
Yeah.
it's not even, you don't even have to like think about it. Like I said, it just becomes one thought, one way, one sound, and that's it. It's like almost like a band, like an orchestra. You know, you can pick out like if something else falls off the track, like if someone gets out of wavelength, and you're like, okay, yeah, someone fucked up. But that's okay. You got to correct it because a lot of times if you don't correct it, that's when everything starts to fall down. And I'll tell you one thing about me is that I try to position myself for every opportunity that I can create. So, for instance, I go to the gym a lot. So I try to
Mm-hmm.
go through there like Monday through Friday. But what I do is I make the preparations for myself. I put my stuff into my bag the day before, and I put that motherfucker by the door. So when I'm waking up and I'm getting changed, I'm doing all that other stuff. The first thing I see when I'm about to hit that door is my bag. So now I have a choice to make. Am I going to ignore it or am I going to pick that motherfucker up and take it to the gym? The same way when I go to the gym at my job, I got another choice. Do I take the escalator down or do I take my black ass to the gym? But like I said, all your choices that you're making, they
Yep.
always have an impact on your life. And you got
Mm-hmm.
to understand some of the choices that you make can hurt you in
Yes.
the long run. So
Yes.
that's why you got to make sure like you're doing everything within yourself to make those right choices so you can be in the best position for yourself.
Even the choices that are the best for you can still hurt you. I want to point that out too. Like even like choosing truth and choosing to know yourself will hurt you. It's not gonna hurt necessarily you, the one who's creating those and making those decisions for real, but it's gonna hurt the version of you that you created yourself to be and try to be a part of. You know what I mean? Like that's the part where it's gonna hurt, and you just gonna have to allow that process to happen. Like even doing the best for yourself, it a lot of the times it looks like not being around other people, not being around certain things, not being around certain frequencies, looking above penthouse views. You got to be on a penthouse view type of level. You got to be an eagle eye. You literally have to be a star in this world because sometimes you not even sometimes all the time like you got to see above the things that's actually happening because most people are operating. Oh shit! Hold on. Actually, I heard a video about this. I don't know who it is. I would have shut them out. But most people are reacting to life. I remember when they said that, it just stuck with me because it's real. They
Yep.
you react to the things that happen to you rather than having life react to you. Life reacts to me because I'm in control of me. So
Right.
because I'm in control of these things and my choices and my thoughts, my decisions, life will make its way. Power manifestation, law of attraction. We can talk about another time. My
Oh
dog
yeah.
Bossy
Boxing
says
got
he has a question. He says, "Would you say the path you choose in life always leads back to yourself?" What you gotta say to that,
yeah.
bro?
So that's to answer that question. I would say the pathway you make can dictate where life is going to lead you, but it shouldn't be influence you. I mean, or changing. Like for instance, you could have a bad upbringing in your past life, but how you use to counteract that with the life that you want to project onto yourself in the future are all about the choices that you make from that point on. So you always at the end of the day still gonna have a choice on the pathway, whether it leads yourself back to where you came from or it can lead you to somewhere else where you're trying to go. So those habits, I'm not gonna say they always go away. They're still gonna be there. They're dormant. But that's you having that conversation with yourself that, hey, I'm not trying to go back to where I just came from. I just came from this, whether it's like the hood, or like I said, you didn't have no money, or you was just bad with women, or you didn't have no game, or anything like that. Your choice of the matter is of you going back to that place is how your life is going to be impacted and how it's going to continue to go. Because at the end of the day, you're going to make that choice. But if you tell yourself, like, hey, I made this progression, I went out and sought help, I got a mentor, I got I got financially better, I learned from other people, like mentor wise, to help me get to where I need to be. I'm going to continue on this pathway because I seen the progress within myself, and that's a journey I want to continue to. But like I said, at the end of the day, you're always gonna wake up and make that choice within yourself. So
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't matter where you came from. Like I said, how you start is how you gotta finish.
Yep.
But if you start and you go backwards, you're not finishing. You're going back to start.
I want to say to this too, because you just hit it on the nail. Jay just literally covered everything for y'all. He said everything, but I want with the question itself. There's three U's in that question. So then in that you're it's like almost trying to confuse you kind of thing. Basically, what I'm saying to simplify everything, because I realize I could just get too in deep into it, but is that the you got to understand which you're talking about because people don't even know the you because you like when I say you heard the way I say it, you is like the internal confidence
Right.
it's like it's your stardom, it's your it factor, like the within the core, the part of you, like that is you. And then there's a you that becomes you of the world, and then there's a you that becomes a you within outside of the world. So it's like you got to figure out which you are you talking about in this situation. But I'm not saying that's not saying that you didn't get your answer, but I want to point that out for those who could see that and see it as simple. It's not as simple as people things may think it is. Things are actually a lot more deep than they need to be. But Jay just hit that shit on the motherfucking nail. But without further ado, everybody, thank you for taking the time out. Let's go ahead and get some stars in the chat. We at the end of the show. I hate it. I know it. You know, soon enough, we'll get some intros, outros, because I love movies and shit. I'm actually about to go watch Heretic, or I think that's how you say it. Whatever the case is, I love scary movies. But we gonna have the intro. We gonna have the credits. We gonna have all that. And again, listen, y'all. I want y'all to promise me this. Every time we do a
This
collab,
man, give it a let go.
every time we do a collab with Johnavon, we tell his ass to make a fucking channel. All right. Anything. Hey. Anyways, but I'm Isaac of AllStar Lifestyle. Thank you guys for being here, taking the time out. Like, subscribe. It would be much appreciated. And Jonathan, without further ado, what would you like to tell the folks? Where can they subscribe? My bad, bro.
Well,
Nah,
when that
anyways.
when that channel get made, then we'll go ahead and have that conversation. But as far as right now, I just want to say once again, everyone, I'm grateful for the opportunity. Grateful for y'all showing up on the live, because at the end of the day, as you know, tomorrow and today is not always promised. So, live life to the fullest. Be the best you that you can be. Seek that person that's been dormant within your life where you can progress and find the new aspects that you want to be, the person
Yep.
that you're choosing to become. And
Mm-hmm.
for anybody else that's new, the only place you can follow me right now is on Instagram. So it's Call Me Jay. It's where you can find me on Instagram. And yeah, but once again, Izzy, I appreciate the time. Thank you for having me on your live.
This ain't
Always,
none.
always grateful. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we'll do a part three again. Listen, y'all, we gonna really run this shit up. So until next time, again, shout out to everybody. Remember, you can do this shit in a snap of an instant. Your power is your choice, and your choice is your moment, and your moment is fucking forever. Cause forever is right now,
Woo.
baby. We at this
That's
motherfucker.
okay.
Yes, sir.